Good afternoon. This is Debbie Broughton, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Robert, Missouri. I'm hopping on here this afternoon to make a card with you. For the last 2 weeks I did fabulous February fun folds, and it was lots of fun. So today I thought I'll start doing a series called Make a Card with Me, so they're not always going to be fun folds, although today's is a fun fold. I'm just going to try to get a little straight here. Oh, I did pretty good. So if you're here and you could comment, that would be great. That way I know someone is watching with me. So if you're here and you could comment, that would be great. That way I know someone is watching with me. Okay, I have now silenced my laptop. That way you won't have to hear double of everything. I saw this fun fold and I thought it looked like a good thing to try, so I started out with some old DSP that's retired, and this is what it does. It's like pleated in the middle, so when you open the card you can put a little flag there. And then also I have cut out another one of these to put over here, but as always when I put things inside something, they don't always stay there, so it's missing right now. But let me show you what I used. I used here they are. I just got these. They're not new, but they're new to me. I got the Nested Essential dies, which are these different kind of shapes, and I use these banner ones. I use the largest one to make a banner for over here, and I use the second largest one to do this, and the words come from Unbounded Love, and this is from Garden Meadows. I kind of used a whole bunch of different things. Garden Meadows are the words and the wheelbarrow. So and then I'm going to do another sample with 6x6 paper, so you could do it either way. But let's get started here. So let me get out all the things I need to make the card. I have my card base, which is 4.5 by 11. Oh, and here's that other piece. See, as soon as I write something on here, it's going to go right here on this side. So that will look so nice. So we're going to fold this, and we're going to crease it with our bone folder. We're going to get a nice crease. Now you can use the thick white cardstock if you like, to have a little bit sturdier of a card, but since I put on 2 layers on the front, I decided that I would just go with the regular basic white cardstock today. And then I have, you know what, this one goes with the other card. This card is Night of Navy. Hi, Shar. How's the weather in Wisconsin? We keep being warm and then cold. We thought we were finished with snow like 2 weeks ago, but oh no, it's supposed to snow again this Wednesday. Thunderstorms tomorrow to get the temperature to get low enough to have snow showers on Wednesday. So it's just kind of hanging on. Thank you for sharing it, Shar. Okay, so here's my 12 by 12 inches this way, 4 inches this way. I have, oh, see, I did it a little bit too heavy on my scoring. So I scored at, oh, let me remember where I started at. So I scored at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a lot of scoring. So now we're just going to kind of fold it here. And you just have to be careful when you're scoring with DSP because it is much thinner than cardstock, and you can't put too much pressure on the scoring blade. I didn't even notice I did that till just now. I think this will still work. We will hope that it does. And then when you get to the end, you want to kind of be sure that it's all evened, because sometimes it wants to get a little crooked. And then you're really going to, oh, 69 will be nice, won't it? We got up to the 70s last week. Today we're in the 40s. So I'm just going to take this and crease it, because the better that you can crease it, the flatter it's going to lay when you close the card. So, there we go. Now, we're going to take this and it's going to go in the inside of our card. This front piece here. I don't really have a direction on this, so I don't have to worry which side. So we're going to glue this piece here with just the 1/4 of an inch, or I guess it's an 1/8 of an inch border around it, because it's a 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card base. So we're going to get that glued down first. A new bottle of glue, so now we know it's going to come out like crazy. See, it's coming out before I even get it down to the paper. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to center it top to bottom and on the left. So now we want to be sure that we have this folded the correct way. So I folded mine the wrong way the first time, but it doesn't matter because I wanted to fold it both ways and crease it just to give it more of a crease, so maybe it will lay flat. Let me put this over here. I might have to take that one spot where I accidentally cut the paper. We shall see what happens. So now we're going to take our glue and we are going to put it on this panel. And we're going to take it over here and we're going to center it again just like we did the other one. Top to bottom and on the left. Or this time it's on the right. And we want to get that pushed down. Now when we close the card, of course, you know, this worked so easy when I did it by myself. There we go. You just, I think you just kind of have to play with the folds. This one comes up. The next one goes down. This one comes up. That one goes down. This one comes up. I should have checked this before I glued it in. I got ahead of myself there a little. Hi, Judy. Oh, you know what? Okay. So that one goes down, and then I have one more over here that can come up. Oh, I should have practiced more. I didn't think I had to. This is crazy. I might have to. That one goes down. I might have to start over. Because this one is not going to want to come up. Because I glued some of it down. Okay. We shall just redo. It'll only take a minute. And I won't get so fast that I misfold it. I'm not even going to try to save that night in navy paper. It'll just take me too long. Okay, we're going to start again. We're just going to start from the beginning. We have a piece of Night of Navy. We're going to cut it at 4 1/4. And we're going to score it at 5 1/2. We are going to crease it. Okay, then we're going to take a piece of cardstock. I have one piece of this DSP left, and it's already at 4. So we're going to score it at, we're going to get this arm up because we're going to need this. We're going to score it at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. And now we're going to fold it. And we're going to look at the sample to fold it. So, on this, the first fold goes down. The second fold comes up. It's easier to see on this line. This one's down. This one's up. Okay, then it just goes down and then up. See, if you start out right, you can end right. This one goes down. I was talking and not paying attention. Okay. So now let's see if this looks right. There we go. And when it pops open, it has, I knew I was wrong because I didn't have 3 pleats. 1, 2, 3. Now I have the 3. So we're going to close it up again. We're going to take our bone folder and crease it really good. Because this is not going to like to lay too flat because it's just so thick. But you can kind of get in here and get these folds creased also. And that helps. And then there are folds inside here that you can also crease. So it goes valley fold, mountain, valley fold, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. And it looks like this when you're done. Then you're going to take your card base. You're going to fold this up like this. You're going to, if I had paper that was directional, I'd have to be sure that I was going up and down, but this paper is not directional, so I don't have to worry. So now I'm going to take this glue here and glue this piece. I'm going to center it top to bottom and to the left over here. Be sure that it's centered. And then I'm going to take some glue. Now you would think that maybe if you folded this all up and closed it, it would work, but I couldn't get it to work that way. So instead, get some glue on here. I turn it this way because I might have to lift up this just a little bit in order for it to reach. And I want to center this again, top to bottom. Or well, now it's there, top to bottom and to the right. So now this should close correctly. There, we got it. And then it'll open up with 3 mountains, 3 pleats in the middle. Now we know that will close. Okay. So now let's start working on the front. What I have is a balmy blue, which is 4 by 5 1/4, our normal card front. So I'm going to glue that to the front. Center this here in the front. There we go. Now I'm going to do my stamping before I glue it down just in case I make a mistake. So I want this is my scrap for my labels. So this is the one that will go there. I just wanted to check to be sure. And I'm going to take the wheelbarrow from the Garden Meadow set. And I'm going to stamp it here in the middle. Now you could put anything on the front of this. Ooh, my ink pad must be very juicy. It's not going to work. We could almost just say this was being a problem this afternoon. We're going to stamp some of that off because it got all into the flowers and everything. Okay. Before I re-ink this, and I forgot that. Otherwise I would, when it was kind of dry, you had to push harder. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that came out great, except for the handle. So I'm just going to, oh, well, I got a little mark there. We'll fix that. So what I did is I took my Stampin' Blends and I did some Night of Navy, some Balmy Blue, some Old Olive, and I did Poppy Parade for the wheelbarrow. And I decided if I did some Smoky Slate for those parts, it would look more like steel. And then I do not have the Stampin' Blend Basic Black. Instead, I have the Stampin' Right marker. So I'm not going to color all these in because I'm sure that you don't want to sit here all afternoon watching me color. But I just went through and started with the light Night of Navy and colored a few in here. And then I went back with the, let's see, this is the, oh, I'm sorry, this was the Balmy Blue. I get them mixed up because they're pretty close. This is the light Night Navy. And so that's what I kind of do. I got all the flowers. And then I did Old Olive, light and dark. I think I did use light for these leaves, but you could use both colors. There's like two different. Look at my tip on my Old Olive. It's like ruined. I'm not even really sure how I ruined it so bad. So when I use it, I have to use the bullet point, which is fine because it colors in these little spots much easier. I am just not sure how I managed to ruin that tip so bad. It kind of looks like I got it stuck in the lid or something because it's actually bent. So I'll just do a few of these again to kind of show you what I did. I did the green all in there, and then some white spots that were in there. I kind of did some green. I can see maybe I should, oh, I can't. I don't know if that's a flower or a leaf without my glasses on, so I'm going to wait. But I'll fix that white in the middle there. So let's just say I have it all colored. I took the Night of Navy ink and I stamped Thinking of You in this corner. I'm still trying to decide what to do with that black mark there. What I could make it look like or color it in more. I do have an eraser that sometimes I can get the ink to erase off or use my, I have a white painter pen that I could put some white paint. So that's what I will do for that later, but I won't bother you with that now. And I could almost, if I wouldn't have put my words down there, put my ribbon there, but it wouldn't have looked right. So I'm going to put my ribbon up here in the corner. And then on here. And then like I said on the inside, I used this scrap. And I did faith as being sure of what we cannot see. And then I made another one so I can write a little message on this side. And I used the nested, when I get a new set, I forget what it is. It's called Nested Essentials. So they just make, and you could put a little flag or a little message coming out on each one of them, like one more at the bottom, the middle, the top. That's all up to you what you'd like to do on the inside. So that pretty much shows you this card. So you don't have to sit here and watch me color all afternoon. So now let's try one with a 6x6 piece of paper, which is, I used the white card base, 4 1/4 by 11 again. This is my piece of DSP, and it is 6 inches long and 4 inches wide, because you have to watch this because it's a directional one, so you want to be sure that you cut it the right way. And I scored it at 2, 3, and 4 and made just one little pleat here in the middle, which I'm going to use my bone folder to fix. Okay, now if you notice, this is much smaller when you put it in here than the 12 by 12 piece because it's only half. So what we're going to do is we're going to make up 2 panels to go on each side. This panel is going to be where you can stamp your message and write your message, and this side we're going to emboss. So I cut some fresh freesia here because there's fresh freesia in the paper, and I made 2 panels. They are 4 by 2 3/4. So one will go here and one will go here. And then I have the white pieces that go on top, which are 2.5 by 3 3/4, just 1/4 of an inch smaller than the other one. So I am going to go emboss this with the butterfly embossing folder, and I will be right back. This embossing folder is really made to get this giant butterfly in the middle, but too much of the butterfly would have hung off. So what I did was I kind of set it like right here. And I got some of this one and some of that one and part of the big wing of the butterfly, just to give it a texture over here on this side. So we're going to use our multi-purpose glue. And we're going to center this on the fresh freesia. Then we're going to put some glue on here. I want to get these side panels on before I put the middle in so I can be sure that it is centered in the middle of these. So I'm going to put this right over here, and I'm going to give it a, the border like we usually have. There we go. That's on the top and the bottom and the left. And then this one will be centered over here. And I'm not going to put down the white yet because I haven't stamped or written my message on it yet. So there we go with that. And then after I stamp and do my message, I will put that on there. So we're going to do this piece just like we did the other piece. We're going to fold it. We're going to put some glue over here. And this time we're going to kind of put a border between the fresh freesia and the top and bottom. I'm sorry, I'm probably working down too low and you can't see me. What you kind of want to do is to have this, your fold be right in the middle of your mountain fold here. So I think I need to take this one over just a little bit. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to kind of leave it, have a border on the right and at the top and the bottom. And this should close like this. We'll give it another crease with the bone folder. Excuse me. I'm kind of getting a cold from the weather always changing. So now I have a fresh freesia card front, which is 4 by 5 1/4. Sometimes you have to remember that, although almost every card you make, if you make a card front, it's 5 and 5 1/4 by 4. Then we're going to add this to right here, getting our border around the edges. And next we're going to add a white piece to it, which is, I have a hair on here. which I'm trying to remember now. It's 3 3/4 by 5. When you were learning fractions in math, you never realized it was going to take fractions to make cards. Okay. Now I've already used the beautiful butterfly die to cut out a beautiful butterfly for the front. And I think I'm going to kind of have it like at an angle here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here on its body. Just some little dots of glue, which is hard to do in a full bottle of glue. And then just some up here on its wings, on this wider spot on the top of the wings. Just to kind of hold it down a little. So I'm going to go like this. My fingers are getting too sticky. Hold on. They're going to keep wanting to pull it back up. See? Okay. There we go. You could put a little bit right here on these two spots too on the bottom. Now the thing I wanted to do in the middle was, I'm trying to decide if I should give it a body. I think I should. Let me run and cut a body out for the butterfly. I think I have the dies right here somewhere. I've been making so many cards lately. I don't get things put away correctly. Alright, it's not laying right here, so I will just not have I'm going to make a body with the sequins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue right along this. Whoops, did you see that? Got a lot, but that'll be okay. And then I'm going to take my, let me see what these are called. These are called Itty Bitty Bokeh Mix. And it's these really pretty colors of sequins. And we're just going to dump some on there. I did this before. More than we really needed. But we're going to let that glue, let them kind of set up in the glue. I'm going to use this because I can't use my fingers. They're too sticky. And we're just going to let it sit there for a minute. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can shake some off into the lid here. And it did pretty good. It pretty much stayed right there in the middle. I just have this one that got away over here. Ignore my dog. The people across the street came home and they closed their truck door. And he has great hearing. So, I just want to kind of let these dry a little bit because I got some glue on them. So, there we have a very pretty butterfly. Herbie, please go lay down. Now let's see what word we can put up. We're going to put the thinking of you on there again. I think like right up here in this empty spot. I got some glue over there too, so I'm going to have to use my embossing buddy so that it won't stick. I probably use my embossing buddy more for getting away sticky glue than I do or in Lawson because I always forget. Now I think I had the Fresh Freesia ink out. I do. So I'm going to put Thinking of You, which is from the Garden Meadow set. If you watch my last video, I stuck my whole arm in the Blueberry Bushel ink. And I didn't notice, and I had ink all around here, all up and down my arm. That's why I have to try to remember to close them as soon as I'm done working with them. Or inevitably, somehow I either stick the card in it or my hand. So I'm going to put the Thinking of You right here. Oh, I think that looks good. And I don't really have any Fresh Freesia ribbon. I do have some white ribbon that maybe I could use my blending brush and change it into Freesia. I might try that. Oh, wait, I think I have it. Nope, I don't. Might try that later and maybe put a bow. I'm just not sure where to put it since I've got all these jewels here in the middle of the butterfly. Yep, they're still sticking. But I do have some jewels to put around. I got out some of these purple ones. I was trying to decide, does the lighter purple look better with the Freesia or the darker purple? I think I'm going to go darker. And I'm just going to put one in this corner and then two little ones here and here. Now on the inside, I will cut, well, I cut one of these so I could write on it, or if I wanted to, I could cut out another one of these and put it over here. But for right now, I'm just going to leave this here. And there we go. We have, I call this the pleated inside fun fold, because I didn't really find a name for it. But I hope that gave you some ideas on how to use up some of your DSP and to make some cute cards for people. And join me tomorrow. I'm not sure about tomorrow. I'm going to have to look at my schedule, and it's going to be raining. If it's raining, then I will be home all day. If it's not raining, then I will go to my pottery class at 1, and I will do this more like at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I will let you know, though, the weather's, at first the weather was saying thunderstorms. Now it's just kind of saying rain, and then again it went back to thunderstorms, so I'm going to see what it says later, because it just can't seem to make up its mind. I don't mind driving in rain, but I do not want to drive in thunderstorms. Well, I hope you have a great afternoon, and happy stamping. Bye.